What's going on, everybody? Teddy Baldassar from TeddyBaldassar.com. In this video, we're going to be taking a closer look at an awesome micro brand, and one of the first ones I've ever featured on the channel, on my main channel a while back, with the Eza Sealander. So at any point throughout this video, you want to learn some more information, I'm a full authorized dealer of this watch, so I'll have a link in the description and also promo code down below to get some free straps with your purchase. So guys, let's take a closer look at this watch. First, looking at a rundown of the specs here, we have a case size 41 millimeters, thickness 14.5 millimeters, lug width 22 millimeters, lug to lug of 48.8 millimeters, water resistance 300 meters, movement is an automatic at a 28-24-2, crystal is sapphire, bezel ceramic, price $769 to $799 depending on the version you go for. And if you use Sealander at checkout, you can get 2 free NATO straps, any that you can find on our site, with your purchase. So back in 2018, I released a video of the best diver watches under $1,000, and I requested some brands send me their watches to be featured, with one of them being this Eza Sealander. The ones that I featured in that video were the old school black and blue dial variants, but since then I've always just been a big fan and I'm excited to be able to offer their watches on the site. Now the Sealanders that I wanted to showcase here today are ones that I have not featured on any of my videos in the past, with one of them coming in a green dial and the other coming in black DLC. Now Eza was a brand that was restarted after a German watch brand that carried the name fell victim to the quartz crisis decades ago. In 2016, the brand was rejuvenated by 2 Dutch gentlemen and have made their mission to develop high-quality vintage-inspired pieces with products being produced in Germany. First, looking at these watches on the wrist, we have a solid case size of 41 millimeters that is right on the outskirts of the sweet spot for a diver, in my opinion, for mass market appeal, as usually anything larger than this starts making it harder to work for on smaller and medium-sized wrists. But the lug-to-lug is just under 49 millimeters, which is fairly compact for a case size of 41 millimeters. That said, I would say that this would be a watch best suited for those with, say, a 16.5 centimeter wrist, or say that 6.5 inch wrist and up kind of club. One aspect for me that does stand out is the thickness, as it is not overwhelmingly large or anything, but once you get north of 14 millimeters, you are entering a thicker territory of watches. But a millimeter here or so is definitely coming from a result of the double dome sapphire crystal on this piece, so it really won't be felt as much in the wear as if it was dropped down within the case. The case on both the Sealander Green and the Sealander DLC come with a brushed anterior side of the case and side of the case with a polished edge, helping to merge the two sides with one another, and both have polished case backs. Along the right side of the case, there's a screw down crown that's secure and helping maintain the 300 meters of water resistance, and will operate in traditional fashion from there, at the second position changing the date, and at the third position being able to adjust the time. The Sealander features a 120 click unidirectional bezel that is secure in its action and is really solid for a watch at this price. The bezel has a ceramic insert within that will help the scratch resistance, and has a lume diamond mark to help with orientation and using the diving bezel in the dark. Looking within the double dome sapphire crystal, we have a clean dial with a minute track along the outside, and the note of these watches being made in Germany at the 6. At the 12, we have the writing of the brand's logo. Then we have a date window with a matching date disc present between the 4 and the 5, and the writing of 300 meters tucked closely to the 6 o'clock. Within the minute track along the dial outskirts, we have the presence of applied markers with super luminova within to match the luminova within the sword style hands at the center. The luminova on these hands is tinted to play in line with that vintage aesthetic, but instead of the more brown tone that we get here, I think these have more of a yellowish golden type of tone. Flipping over the Sealander, we have the presence of a reliable and ubiquitous Swiss caliber, the Eda 28-24-2. This reliable Swiss automatic movement is the most popular Swiss movement on the market, and as a result is a workhorse and is easy to service when it comes time years down the road. And in addition, Eza is going to be regulating each of these movements at 6 positions to ensure optimal performance from these. And you'll also be getting a 2-year factory warranty if you purchase it from my site as an authorized dealer. The movement operates at 4 Hz, 28,800 vibrations per hour, has hacking and hand winding, so you can actually wind the actual watch when unscrewing the screw down crown, and you can stop that second hand when pulling out to the farthest position to set precise time. And the movement has a 38-hour power reserve. Now the Sealander was one of the first microbrand watches that appeared on my channel, and really was one of the watches that really helped me become more curious into diving this world of micros. In doing what I do, I quickly pick up on who is making watches for the right and wrong wrong reasons. And Eza is certainly in the camp of doing it for the right reasons. And with these Sealanders, if you go down the board, bigger but not overly large case, you have a ceramic bezel, dome sapphire crystal, solid water resistance, and a well-regulated Swiss movement within the watches that are made in Germany. I think these are some cooler divers out there, and not much has changed in my opinion of them since posting that video on them a couple years ago. So guys, thank you again so much for watching. If you are in the market, you like what you saw with this watch, definitely hit the link in the description. Also use that promo code down below. Full authorized dealer, full factory warranty for any watch purchase on my website. Would love to have your business. Definitely shop around there. Check out what we have available for the strap side of things as well. So guys, thank you again so much for watching. Be well, and I will see you all very soon.